Hi, this is Prof. Jojo Pangan. Welcome to my channel. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Okay, so welcome again to organizing process, no? What is organizing process? So let's take a look. Last meeting, we deal with the so-called planning and decision making. This is where we determine what's the courses of action. So we identify the problem, what are those solutions to the problem as alternative courses of action, and come up with recommendation for implementation. So we have a case problem of this, and most probably we shall have that by around 1:30, no? Okay. Around 2:30, our second period. Okay? So that we have time to review and we have time to regroup, since the maximum group is 5 and the minimum group is 3. Okay po? And then next, this is under the functions of management. Functions of management, from planning, and then now this afternoon we shall have organizing. This topic is actually of that last week. We are supposedly to have leading today, but we can have leading and controlling by next meeting. It all depends. So these are the functions of management. But first, in our course outline, we started with the forms of business organization. And then we move on to the functions of management, like planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. All of these topics are actually what? We have dealt these topics in our senior high school, no? When we took up management. Okay? So let us begin with organizing. What's organizing? So organizing is the process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, defining and delegating the responsibility and authority, and establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work most effectively together in accomplishing the so-called objectives. When we go back to planning, example of planning, under planning we have goals and objectives. Like for example, we want to be the leader in the market. So that's our goal. What will be our specific objectives? What are we going to do to accomplish the given goal to be the leader in the market? So we have to have specific objectives. Like our objectives should be always be SMART. SMART means specific, could be measured, it is attainable, it is realizable, and it is time bounded, like to be able to increase sales by 30% at the end of the year, December 2021. So 30%. So what actions are we going to take to achieve our objectives? So we have to give discounts, remember? We have to give promo, buy one take one, and come up with the best recommendations. And commonly stores go for a discount, discount solutions. One is happy if given discount. Okay? So those are review. Now, let's go to organizing process. How we organize things. Okay, commonly under organizing, this is what we call one of the most common tasks and work, grouping of work. This is actually the principle of Henry Payol. This is where we apply what? division of labor, no? Identifying, no? Like for example, under finance is accounting task. So later we will go to that. Accounting task is a very general and broad work. So it has to be divided. No, it has to be divided, no, from accounting clerks to receivables, no, to bookkeeper, and delegate those responsibility and authority, establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work. No? Because we cannot do things one in general. So we have to divide the task. We have to divide the task by organizing people, assigning people to their task and work. Okay? Like in our homes, how do we organize things? Probably our dad, if we do not have helpers at home, our dad would do cleaning for the car. No? Have you ever cleaned a car? Doing vacuum? Okay. No? So tasks are being divided. Probably mommy does the household chores like washing the clothes, and including your ate also helping the mommy if you do not have helpers, housemaids at home, no? And probably the other kuya does cooking, doing chef. So that's how we organize things. That's how we divide tasks and labor at home. So on the first step, we do what? Reflect on plans and objectives. So this is step 1. Later, we will dissect this into details. No, what is step 1, and then the step 2, establishing major tasks. No, a while ago I was talking about under finance, doing accounting jobs. So under establishing major tasks, we have to divide these tasks, and that falls under step 3. So step 3 says divide the major task into subtasks. So under the accounting department, we made notice that there are receivable sections. If you go to finance office, those collectors of money, the receivables, and we have also the bookkeeper. So the task is no longer major, but it has been what? Divided. That's step 3. And step 4 is allocating resources. Given you are the controller, you are the treasurer. Do you know who's the treasurer of the university under finance? Do you know her? Sinong mga scholar dito sa finance office? Kilala po ninyo? No? By the name of Angela Baez, no? So she's also my good friend. When I was the emeritus president for faculty, faculty club, this was the wisdom she shared to me. Joe, while you are still doing good as faculty president, it's high time that you also have to step down. Meaning to say, kapag meron ka pa daw nagawang mabuti, huwag ka na maghintay na magloko pa yung organization. Magloko ka, sabi niya, dapat bumaba ka. So that you will leave something. You will become the legend, All your works are legendary. Okay? Nagkaroon po kami ng office sa second floor, dyan sa college building. Tapos po, yung uniform, pinag-fight ko po yung uniform at saka increase in salary. So, ganyan po yung role ni Sir Pangan. I'm not only looking into the needs of the faculty, including the staff po of the organization of Ateneo de Zamboanga. Kung babalik tayo, probably by next June, makikita ninyo naka-uniform. So, yan po yung work ni Sir Pangan. So, lahat po ng for the welfare of the faculty and staff, ginawa ko po yan. Meron na lang po akong 6 years sa Ateneo. Pagkatapos po, magre-retire na ako. But today's time, I'm contemplating to leave Ateneo na kasi we have farm. Walang nagma-manage, no? Na it was abandoned. That's my plan. I'm contemplating, no, if I'll be able to get my retirement pay. So I'm going back to the farm. Okay? Allocate resources, no? Allocate resources. So if you're putting people under receivables, if you are the finance manager, no? You have accountants, you have accounting clerks, you have bookkeeper. So therefore, you are allocating resources. Meaning to say, you have human resources and you have also money resources. You are going to pay them. And directives for subtask. Ano yung mga job description nila and specification? What are their tasks? Example, as accounting clerk, so they are receiving what? Collections, payment of tuitions and fees. Diba? Nagbayad-bayad na ba tayo ng ating tuition and fees dyan? Nagbayad na po tayo? Dapat po. Kasi para may sweldo si teacher. Ganyan, di ba? No? Tapos, so yung directives. Halimbawa, assign ka as bookkeeper. So you do your task as bookkeeper. And also, it involves cost. For every jobs that you will create, it involves what? Cost. So, meron pong bayad yan. No? Tulad po ngayon, yung service ko po, may bayad po. No? Okay, step 5. This is the last. Nagkakaroon po ng evaluation or what we call evaluate the results of organizing survey. Meaning to say, no, lahat ng mga tasks dito, lahat ng resources, meron po yung evaluation. Meaning to say, to look into whether our objectives and plans were what? Achieved. No? Like for example, for finance office, our goal is to have better collections of tuition and fees. So what are our specific objectives? To be able to collect, let's say, 90% of the tuition fees. Kasi alam ba ninyo po, no? Alam ninyo, class, no? Yung collection po, receivables ng Ateneo is actually umaabot na ata ng 500,000. Kasi merong iba nga nag-graduate na po, hindi pa po nagbabayad ng kanilang tuition and fees. So wala namang police force yung Ateneo para habulin yung mga nag-graduate na po sa Ateneo, no? So sayang po yung iba nasa bangko na ata. They really need to pay their tuition and fees, no? Because without Ateneo, hindi po sila magka-graduate. No? So balik po tayo dito sa resources. So everything will be evaluated. The resources allocated, yung human resources, halimbawa nagsobra na yung mga workers dito. Kung kailangan lang ng bookkeeper 2, no? Tapos sumobra ng 4. So based on the performance evaluation, titingnan ngayon kung sino yung para tanggalin. No? Ang tawag po niyan sa management is retrenchment po. Nagre-retrench, reduction of workers kapag sumobra. Okay. May nag-chat dito. Good afternoon. Opo, sir. No? Tapos performance evaluation also, no? To the money spent for the workers. Halimbawa po, yung sinabi ko, kung sumobra yung bookkeeper, naging 4, 2 lang kailangan. So, ina-evaluate po yan. So, tinitingnan ngayon dito. So, yung plans and objectives natin, halimbawa, increase collection of money, no, tuition and fees by 90%. So, nagawa ba yan? No? Nagawa ba? So, magkakaroon ng feedback po dito. So, this is the organizing process. Any questions here? May tanong ba po sa process? Pwede po kayong magsulat sa chat po. No? Pwede pong wala po, sir. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Oriel, no? Yan. Meron na akong fan si Oriel, no? Siya yung ano to, tagasunod ng aking channel doon. Okay. So next po, no? Ito na yung details dito. Pwede namang ma-explain dito pero nilagyan ko po ng this. So step 1, yung goals and objectives. Like for example, our goals is to improve collection. So that's very broad because goals are expressed in general terms, no? And objectives are discussed, no, are explained in specific terms. How do we achieve our general goal of increase in collection for finance office, no, in terms of tuition and fees? So we must have a specific objectives, what to do to achieve those goals, no? It sounds parang parehos lang po, no, yung goals and objectives, pero may mga meaning po yan, no? Again, objectives are expressed in specific, measurable, attainable, realizable, and time-bound. That is what we call SMART objectives, like increase of tuition fee collections by 90%. No? Is that achievable? Pwede ba yan? No? It could be or it could not be. But increase of tuition fees by 50%, that could be very achievable. But 90% this time of pandemic, parang mahina po, no? Mahina talaga yung business ngayon, mahina ang collection ngayon. Tapos next po, no, after plans and objectives, this is step 1, we go to establish a major task. So the major task, no, under finance department is doing actually accounting. So more or less, if you are assigned as student assistant, you could apply here. You could do on-the-job training under finance department and doing accounting jobs like accounting clerk, bookkeeping, no? So accounting per se is a very broad term, is a major task. But we will go to the third step again, no, a review of the cycle, organizing cycle. First, we do accounting. We do receivables. So those receivables here, we have accounting clerk. How many in our finance office? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to picture out how many clerks do we have. Accounting clerks. So we have 5 clerks. And we have also many bookkeepers. No? After receiving, they have to look into the computer and do recording. So easier for today because there's technology already. Didn't you know I was also doing recording, no? I was once an administrative officer of Pinlay Miller Timber Company. It's a corporate company wherein our products are actually logs, no, plywood, just like some wood. But ours was in Kulambugan, Lanao del Norte, where my father is the comptroller. No, he's an accountant. That's why I have 2 names. That's Jose and the other is Journal. No, the name Journal was because my father was an accountant, but both of my parents are now in Forest Lake. So we could not go to Forest Lake by October 29, November 1, November 2, November 3 until 4. So it's high time for now. If you are going there, you go until Thursday today, no? This week. Kasi hindi po tayo pwedeng magkalag-kalag. Sa bahay na lang tayo. We pray for the souls na lang, no? Okay. So this is the third step, and then we will go to fourth step. We have to allocate resources and directives for subtask. So ang tawag po nito sa book of accounts po, accounting ng Ateneo, these are labor expenses. Magbabayad ka ng salary sa bookkeeper, sa accounting clerks. So magbibigay ka rin ng what are their duties and responsibilities, their job description and specification. So on the fourth po, no, evaluate results of organizing survey. So yung ating general goals kanina sinasabi natin, increase collection, no? Increase collection, that's very broad. Specific niya, objectives is increase collection by 50%, no, at the end of the year. So we do performance evaluation both, no, of our performance in finances and performance of our clerks and the bookkeeper. And then finally, we have to go back to planning. Dito, we go back to plans and objectives. So in conclusion, therefore, with organizing process, it enables, no, people to work most effectively together in accomplishing objectives.